guys, let's talk about what we're going to need to make this amazing Wellington. You're going to need an awesome cut of meat. Now what we've got right here is a loin. This is a lamb that we raised right here at the Kraus Ranch. That's going to be the centerpiece of this Wellington. We're going to use some spinach. We're going to use some beautiful, look at those oyster mushrooms. Those are amazing. We've got some portobello mushrooms as well. Some Dijon mustard. I know Gordon Ramsay says don't use Dijon, use English mustard. I really hate to disagree with him, but I'm just going to do it with the Dijon mustard because that's what I like. I'm going to put a little bit of apple in there. You're going to need a couple of Kraus Ranch eggs. If you can't get Kraus Ranch eggs, it's not going to work. I'm just kidding. Get what you can. You're going to need some spices. So I've got some thyme out of our garden. A little bit of rosemary. Be careful with the rosemary. You can use too much. I've got some Spanish Roja garlic out of our garden. And a little bit of onion chives. I just cut it off at the ground and let them grow back. And a couple of things here. Salt and pepper. Really important. I'm also going to use a little bit of Grizzly Joe's trail dust when I season this loin. I love Grizzly Joe's. And you're going to need some oil. Okay? You're also going to need some sort of pork. Some people will use bacon. Some people will use like a thin sliced bruschetta. We're going to use a pork loin that I've been curing in an amazing brine for the last 10 days. And slice that really thin. It's from one of our hogs. So, you know, we try to use as much of our own things as we can. And then you're going to need a puff pastry. I did not make this from scratch. I'm going to use a store-bought puff pastry. Sue me. Let's do this. Okay, look at that amazing loin from a Kraus Ranch lamb. Look, there's a beautiful marbling in there. We butchered this ourselves right here. It's got a little bit on the back that I'm going to trim off. We'll do that right now. All right, now we're going to go ahead and just give it a light coat of olive oil. Going to season it. A little bit of black pepper, a little bit of cracked Himalayan salt, and a little bit of Grizzly Joe's. You want to make sure your pan is really hot. You can put a couple drops of water in there to make sure you get a sizzle out of it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this amazing cut of meat and just lay it in there.
So you're not cooking it right now, you're just searing it. Like so.
We can get each side seared because you're sealing in that flavor. Alright, once you've got it seared, turn that heat off. Look at that beautiful color. And we're just going to set that to the side for a minute, okay? Now it's time to do our mushrooms. Okay, so we're going to take these beautiful looking oyster mushrooms, get them down in here. Okay, we're going to get some portobellos in there. We'll see what that looks like. Spinach. You don't have to use the spinach. A lot of recipes don't call for it. I've seen some people actually use a layer of spinach, and some where there's no spinach involved. You don't have to. Okay, now I'm going to take this right here, which is just my mushrooms and spinach, and I'm going to put it into a pan, no oil. I'm going to use the same pan that I just used, so I'm going to get a little bit of that flavor that I had seared off of the lamb, and I'm going to cook it briefly.
Hey, did you check to make sure that if you have to take the puff pastry out of the freezer?
Now if you see that moisture that's coming out of the mushrooms, that's what we want to do. We want to cook that moisture out. Look at that. Now we get to lay out the puzzle. And by puzzle, let me show you what I mean.
Sweet pea, everything's puzzling for you.
You say who?
I said everything's puzzling to you.
Plastic wrap's cheap. A plastic wrap here. And I'm going to try to determine how much room the meat's going to take in it. So if I start here and I roll it, I'm going to start there, and I'm going to roll it to there, the edge of my cutting board. So I know how much pork I need to have. I'll take this. I've been chilling it in the freezer so that it's somewhat hard, so that it's easier to slice. And I'm going to cut it as thin as I can cut it. Lay them on here to there. Alright, I'm going to need some garlic. I'm going to mix that in with my fresh cut rosemary and thyme. A little bit of salt, fresh cracked Himalayan, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. To that, we're going to put a layer of our mushroom and spinach right on top of the pork. Take our star of the show and get that mustard on there. Gently place it right there. Remember this? Now comes the fun part. We got to roll this thing up nice and tight. Then we're going to put it in the cooler and try to get it to firm up. Alright, if you're using a store-bought puff pastry like I am, shame on me, don't forget these things take about 40 minutes to thaw out on the counter. So I pulled these out, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes ago. And I'm already starting to get a little pliable. So make sure you pull them out in time because this is coming next. I'm just going to lightly dust this countertop with we like to use einkorn flour. It's just an ancient grain that's a little bit better than regular flour, we think. Alright, we're going to just go ahead and
Lightly egg
brush
wash.
this egg here. It's going to kind of help it all stick together.
Nothing to see here, folks. Mike's just patting his meat. Wrapping it like a little Christmas burrito present. And then do you seal the outside edges with egg wash or no? It's like a little baby burrito. Actually, that's about the size when you order a California burrito. That's about the size it comes, isn't it?
Alright, so now I'm going to chill this in the fridge for about 5 minutes while I'm preheating the oven to 200 degrees. Alright, let's pull this out of the fridge. Our oven's up to temp.
Egg wash it a little bit more to get that nice brown coating on it once it's baked. It's like Big Bird threw up on it.
I'm going to take the back of my knife here and I'm just going to score it like that.
Tell the kids at home why you score it.
I have no idea because it looks good.
No, it has to do with aerating it and keeping it from bubbling up and exploding.
And then
But it looks cool.
take a little bit of Himalayan rock salt that I've just broken up a little bit smaller. Sprinkle it on top for wow factor.
Not too much. I don't like it too much.
And in the oven we go.
Huh. Hey, guess what?
What?
You got a bun in the oven, Mike.
That's right.
I've been waiting all day to say that.
So, we're going to put it in the oven for 35 minutes and we're going to have a beer.
So we were just rocking out to Queen in the kitchen and then the timer went off.
We were. So let's see what this thing looks like. Ooh, get a close up of that, would you?
Of Mike's bun in the oven. Ooh. Ah. Can we eat it now? I'm hungry.
All right, we're going to let this rest for 10 minutes.
This is the way we rest our meat.
While it's
our
resting,
meat.
I'll go ahead and cut the bread.
It's better than cutting the cheese.
Cool, we got a nice garlic loaf there. And we're minutes away from dinner, folks. All right, let's see what's going on in here. You ready? We're going to start up here about near the end.
It's raw, you donkey. I'm just kidding. It's not raw.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
That looks delish, babe.
It does.
Dude, I want the end piece. Can I have the end piece?
Sure.
Score! Ricky now wants an end piece just because I said I wanted an end piece. Looks really good. I bet it tastes horrible. I'm just kidding.
I bet it does.
No, I bet it's amazing. Look how juicy.
It's
It's so juicy. It's so juicy. I bet it's just delicious.
Mom, you should go Gordon Ramsay on.
I did. As I said, it's raw, you donkey. I don't do a very good Gordon.
Clearly.
Really. Alright, is Daddy gonna plate it all fancy and take like 40 minutes to plate it? Because that's gonna stress me out.
And then we finally get to eat it.
I just love the smell of them.
Oh my
And Mommy wants a big old end piece.
I
here.
do. Carb me up, yo. I'm gonna do a big old run tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Crispy kale and onions, don't you know?
Pearl.
Oh, so beautiful, don't you know? From the Emerald Isles. That's not where they come from. They're green.
What
So
voice are you trying to do?
the mighty leprechaun. A wee lass. No, it's terrible. I can't do it.
Good luck.
I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the putter. Oh, your meat fell over, Mike. It just went.
That's right.
Oh, Daddy's gotta wipe the plates because he's
Fancy.
fancy pansies over here. Mommy just slops stuff on plates when we eat.
And then she just gives it to us.
And then I just give it to him
Feeds us
like
this-
feeding troughs for
Yeah,
animals.
We're pigs now.
But Daddy like wipes the plates and
Makes
gets
it all
everything all
fancy.
perfect. Mommy never does that.
Mom isn't fancy enough.
Mommy is not bougie like Daddy. Everybody would think it would be the other way around, but no, no, no. Mr. Michael is the bougie one.
At least with food.
Yeah.
With other things, who knows? Oh, gotta wrap your hands.
Bon appetit.
So thanks for watching us make this amazing, yummy meal that we can't wait to dig into. And I hope you guys try it. If you do, or a similar version of it, let us know. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you get the notifications.
Be safe.
Okay. Don't forget to wear your seatbelt.
So like, be safe, like use a pot holder? Like what? This isn't like we were chainsawing stuff.
Where is he? Okay. This we go. It's pretty crispy. Not as
Very
crispy
good.
as the last one. Or I just got messy. That was crispy.
Well, I have to sit a little bit longer because
Oh. Sorry.
I love your ensemble, by the way. The mismatched plaids.
These are actually pajama bottoms.
I know they are. I bought them for you. That was a Christmas gift.
I was actually wearing pajama bottoms and a wife beater, and I thought,
That's a little too redneck.
nobody needs to see that. So I went ahead and put a shirt on, but
He's wearing his fancy. This is his fancy new
oh,
shirt.
it's Lucky Brand.
Yeah, that's a fancy new shirt we bought when we went to see Travis Tritt.
That's right.
And,
We did.
and now he's wearing it with his pajama bottoms. This is why I don't buy Mike nice things.
Well, some nice things. I can have nice guns. I take care of those. But nice clothes really don't make sense. I mean, they're just clothes. And
I'm gonna get you a fig leaf and call it a day.
well, that could get cold. And plus, clothes do serve a purpose. They protect you from the elements. They protect you from.
Give you somewhere to wipe your hands. I've seen you do it.
They give you
Yeah.
somewhere to wipe your hands.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Blow your nose, wipe your kid's face. What else?
Stay, so you'll find me where the Salty air dries your crying eye. Whiskey River never runs dry.